Moving to the UK as an international student can feel overwhelming at first, but trust me, it is an exciting adventure you will never forget. In this video, I'll be sharing with you tips to help you settle in. I came to the United Kingdom in 2020 to study for my master's degree, and these are some things that I was not really aware of. I'll be using my experience to give you some of these tips, and I really hope that these tips would help you. So if you know that you're interested in this video, get your popcorn, get your drink, and relax. The first tip I'll be sharing in today's video is get your accommodation sorted. You want to make sure that before you move into the UK, your accommodation is sorted. Don't get into the UK without sorting out your accommodation. You already have the stress of relocating from your home country into a totally new country. You can imagine not having accommodation by the time you get into the UK. It's going to be added stress and pressure. So you want to get your accommodation sorted before you arrive. If you're a student, you can decide to get on the school student accommodation, or you can decide to use like private housing. If you're trying to use like private housing, you can either check Spare Room, Zoopla, or Rightmove. There are some of these accommodations that actually give virtual viewing, and there are some that you have to be physically present. But if you know that you're still in your home country and you would like to get it sorted, you can reach out to someone who you already know here that can help you go for the viewing. Now, the next thing you want to know is your academic and your study habits. This is very important. You need to know that it's a different educational setting. It's totally different. For me, that was like my major culture shock when I came into the UK. You want to understand what the academic structure is in the United Kingdom. In the United Kingdom, you would have to do essays. Some people have to write exams. Some people, it's just essay. You'll be given like 1,000 words or 4,000 words or just word essay to write. And if you're coming from Nigeria, I'm using Nigeria because that's where I came from, to know that it's a different kind of essay, right? If you're coming from a different place where the essay is already in line with what United Kingdom educational setting is, then that's good for you. But if you're coming from a place where it's totally different, you might struggle a bit if you do not do some background reading on it. So you need to be able to read up on what the UK educational structure is, so that when you come in, you're not going to have to like struggle. Initially, I struggled because the UK setting is based off, critical thinking. Basically, not just about answering the question that's been given to you by a lecturer. It's also about answering the question critically. I said critically. So it's also about answering the question critically. You need to be ready mentally to do word essays, thousands, 2,000, 3,000, 1,500 essay writing. You need to prepare your mind that it's a different academic structure from what you know, basically. So do some background reading before coming into the UK about the educational structure, so that when you get in, you do not have to struggle. You want good grades, right? You're paying that huge amount of money to have good grades, basically. And you see that thing that they say, oh, in UK, you can just come and get distinction. It's a lie. If you want to get distinction, you have to work for it. Next thing I'll say to you is, if you're coming to the UK, you need to be open-minded, right? So prepare yourself. Prepare yourself that you're coming to a place that is different from your hometown. So if you're coming from a place where it's usually very warm, it's a bit different from the United Kingdom. They have like 2 market days of sunshine, and the rest of the days is usually like pretty cold. So if you don't understand 2 market days, meaning they don't have long summer period where it's like warm and all. They have winter period where it's cold. It's not just the weather condition being cold, it's also how it gets dark, like pretty much when it's during the winter time. You want to just know that you're coming in to be open-minded. You're not leaving your country to experience everything that you already express in your country. You're coming in basically to learn other cultures, see what the weather is like. Since you already know this will just tie into my next point. You need to prepare yourself also with your clothes, like with the clothes that you're going to be bringing. I would advise that you necessarily do not have to come with some clothes. Then you can always like buy clothes here from the store, clothes that are suitable for the weather. You can get it from the store. That was one mistake I made when I was coming into the UK. I wanted to carry everything I had, basically, and I got the shock of my life when I was told at the airport that my suitcase was above the weight limit, so I had to like drop on my clothes, and I had to eventually get clothes here in the United Kingdom. Next thing that I would say, which is tied to being open-minded, you want to learn the British etiquette. British people, I know that you might have heard, are very polite. Like they're basically polite. Like they would use thank you, hey love, thank you, my love. First time a Brit told me my love you, I was like, what? I'm not your love. Like, no, don't say that to me. But it's basically their culture. They like to use like one of those sweet names. Want to get off the bus, and you are seeing people thanking the driver. From where I came from, we don't thank the driver for at all. You drive us when I get to my stop, we get down. If we're even smiling, is good. You get, but yeah, it's not compulsory, but it's just a polite thing to do, right? It's like just say thank you, basically. So you want to learn the British etiquette. Next thing I would say is you want to attend events for international students. Yes, I know, yeah, you left your home country to socialize with people from other cultures, tribe, race, and all of that. But at the same time, you also want to have a community. You want to feel a sense of home. I don't know this, but for some people that are not really introverted, some people that are really like extroverted, when they come into the UK, sometimes they struggle because they don't have community of friends, family here, and so they struggle and sometimes eventually get into like depression. So you want to build a community of friends. You don't necessarily have to be really, really close, tight friends, right? But you can attend all of these events to build networks, also, see people share their experience with you, and also network with them, basically. And from there, if you want to build tighter friendship, of course you can. This international community, what's going to do for you is going to avail you with opportunities. You could get jobs from there, you could get links from there. So you want to attend international community events. You can also check on your schools usually have international students community, so you want to check and see how you can join this community and also participate. Basically, it's honestly going to help you. Trust me when I say this, it's helped me, so it's going to help you. Next tip I would give you is work and finance. Honestly, for work and finance, you want to manage your finances well. Let's even talk about finances now. I will move on to work later. But you see, finances, if you're a student, you're only permitted to work 20 hours per week. You want to stick to the immigration rules and regulation that is binding your work, your student visa. So you want to also manage your finances. There is nothing wrong with delayed gratification. When you are done with your studies, you can spend as you like. When you're done with your studies and you're working, no, you can spend as you like. But for now, out there's something that parents wish to see. I'm trying to remember. So remember the child of who you are. Remember home. Remember how you left your home, whether Nigeria, Ghana, South Africa, Liberia, wherever you came from, Egypt, everywhere, anywhere you came from. But remember the child of who you are, except you're a billionaire. Then you can be buying all of the buy-buys. But right now, this is the phase of your life where you just want to focus on your studies and manage your finances. Managing your finances is important because you're only working 20 hours. And if you do not have a sponsor, somebody paying your school fees, paying your rent, you know how crazy that would be for you if you're just spending everything. So this is not the time to buy New Balance, buy Nike. This is not the time to buy expensive jewelry or expensive prep. That time would come, right? So you want to manage your finances well. Another thing is that you should sign up to check out unit days. With unit days, you can get discounts, basically student discounts. And if you are staying far away from your school, to save up your money, you can get train card to afford you of getting your train journeys in a discounted price, basically. So you want to also look out for discounts. Discounts is your time. This time is the time for you to embrace all the discounts that you can get, because this time you'll be getting like student offers, student discounts. So embrace all of that. Now moving on to work. Please do not work more than 20 hours as an international student. I don't know if it's changed or if that's still what it is, but do not work more than 20 hours. After you're done with school, if you want to work 1,500 hours per week, you can do it, right? But for now, just stick to what your visa says and finish well. Remember the child of who you are and where you came from. Honestly, African mothers are becoming one. Oh God, still a child. So remember the child of who you are. I'm giving you motherly advice now. Do not work more than your visa. Is register with a GP. I did not register. I think I did not even register for like a year, and my master's program was for a year. So you need to register with a GP. You've paid for this service, so just register. Go for. I know sometimes we feel like the UK system we get very slow response for medical, especially when it's not emergency and all. But you still need to register. Like register with a GP. It is important because you don't even know what will come up. Please register with a GP. You just need to check for a GP that is close to you, and then register and use this service. You've paid IHS, use it. The next thing I would say is once you come into the UK, what you need to do is apply for your NIN. So it's called National Insurance Number. Without that, you cannot work. Wait to get the number, then you start working. All those, I'm just going to come to the UK and start working. I lie, you have to apply for your National Insurance Number to be able to work as a student with your 20 hours working limit. Yeah. Then the last thing I would say is if you are a Christian, you need to go to church. Like once you come to UK, don't feel like, oh, I'm done, I'm out of Nigeria, and I'm not going to attend church service. No, you need to go to church. That when I came in, it was during COVID period, so most of the churches were online. But eventually I found out that I started gradually drastically dropping in my spiritual life because I wasn't going to church when I came in as a student. And it was not eventually, maybe after like 6 or 3 months, that I started, going to a church physically. But you don't want that. You need God here more than Nigeria. See, in Nigeria, I'm saying Nigeria now, but you need God here. I'm saying Nigeria now. I don't want people that are not from Nigeria to feel like she's always talking about Nigeria. Yeah, yes, I'm even wearing green. I'm joking. So please, you actually do need God here. You need Jesus Christ in your life to help you. Because it's a whole lot that you are coming into. You're coming to a place where you probably do not even know anybody. You just need the help of God to be able to survive, right? So check when you come into the UK, check for churches around you and go to church. So I've covered the tips that you need to know as an international student in this video. I hope that this has really helped someone. This helped you. Remember to share any international students you know in the UK that this will be beneficial to. And remember to subscribe. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Like, pick now. In fact, I'm not begging you guys again. Don't subscribe. I'm joking. Oh, I beg you. I beg you. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Ejo, Biko, please. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Trying to be serious. Please, thank you. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.